Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is October 4th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. Check out the ridge of high pressure dominating the weather here across a lot of the west coast. And we're going to start the Santa Ana winds across my California here. We got Tropical Storm Lydia rolling around down here. We'll check out to see if that has any potential to impact some of the southwest USA. And we'll take a look at the temperatures across the region, and then we'll take a look at the extended forecast. As always, take a look here across Southern California. High temperatures Thursday, according to the National Weather Service San Diego. Look at the desert starting to warm back up a bit here, and you're going to get some pretty warm temperatures all the way out to the coastline. Of course, you got the Santa Ana winds that are going to be coming on here as we go through the next few days, and you can see Friday as well, thermal back up over 100 degrees here. And except the immediate coastline, you'll find a little bit of cooling down there, but definitely warmer than normal here across much of the area. On this day in SoCal weather history, 1925 early season rainstorm came across the area there. You can see San Diego, 3 inches of rain just about there, single day record for October. So interesting stuff can happen this time of year, especially with tropical storm remnants. This is the National Weather Service Los Angeles talking about the unseasonably warm temperatures Thursday through Saturday here. You guys know the drill. We're not looking at very strong Santa Ana winds here, but there are going to be Santa Ana winds peaking Wednesday, mainly gusts 25, 40 miles per hour and 5 to 10 degrees warming each day. So heads up for that. This is October warmth for Las Vegas National Weather Service, but you can see the slow, gradual warming here as we go through the weekend. Look at Lake Havasu getting just above 100 degrees here again. Las Vegas up towards 90 degrees by the time you get towards Saturday. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station to record all this crazy weather we get here across the southwest USA, click on that link down below. It's always funner to watch the storms roll in when you have a weather system on your place of residence. Santa Ana winds here. I explained this yesterday a little bit here, and you got the higher pressure here over the Great Basin. And of course, it wants to flow from high to low, so it flows out across the terrain. And as it does, it's compressing and it's warming. And that's why you bring that warm air all the way out to the coastline here. And you could bring some pretty gusty winds through some of the canyon areas. Again, we're just kind of dealing with a weak Santa Ana event here right now over the next few days, but heads up for that. You're going to be warming up all the way out towards the coastline. This is looking at last night's European run. You can see the ridge dominating the weather here. You can see Tropical Storm Lydia kind of bouncing around, and then we bring the storm track back towards the Pacific Northwest. This could impact portions of Northern California. We'll watch this closely over the next few days. We're not going to get caught up in details just yet. We'll look at that in more depth tomorrow as we go, but you can clearly see the return to some troughing here across Pacific Northwest, and we'll kind of see what that's going to bring here. This clip northern portions of California. That's where the last night's European run ends. The 060 ends at 144 hours there. This is looking at 80-meter wind speeds here on the NAM 3 km. And you can see how the offshore component does exist. Watch as we go through Thursday. You can kind of see these winds flowing all the way out across the coastal areas here. Offshore wind, northerly winds kind of down the central and northern valley, I should say also. So yeah, we're going to be dealing with these Santa Ana winds over the next few days. Again, kind of a weak event here, but it is going to warm things up here across the area. Now, taking a look at the national blend of models, this would be for today. You can see the temperatures mid and upper 80s, some 90s even showing up, getting towards the Bay Area here as we warm things up all the way out towards the coastline. A little bit warmer tomorrow. Look at that Thursday, bumping things up into the 90s for much of the valley, even out to the coastal ranges as well. Friday, another very warm day across the area. Saturday, not bad, but you can see a little bit of a cool down start by the time you get towards Saturday and Sunday for some of the coastal areas, especially Northern California and along the immediate coastline of Southern California. As we drop those temperatures back down a bit here as we go through next week. We're going to start to bring some systems here that may impact Northern California at that time. Here we go, Los Angeles. Check it out. 3 days of 90-degree weather, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all the way out to LAX here, and then maybe dropping back down towards normal as we flip up that. We can bring some onshore flow back into the area, but we'll watch that here. We have plenty of time to look at that. You can see the average high for this time of year around 77, 76, and you're going to be 15 degrees warmer than that potentially here as you go through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. San Francisco, look at this, back-to-back 90-degree days, Thursday and Friday, and another very warm day Saturday before you start to get back into that marine influence there along the coastline. Look at Sunday, big temperature drop from the upper 80s down towards the upper 60s most likely by the time you get in towards Monday. Here's Fresno as well, above average temperatures and dropping back down here as you go towards normal here as you go towards the mid portion of next week. Las Vegas, something similar there. You might get a few 90-degree days, just barely so as you go through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So nice little warm up here coming from much of the region. including much of the state of California. Look at Phoenix, up over 100 degrees for a couple days as well. You're not talking summertime heat here, but it's definitely above average, and you'll feel it. As you can see, the average high for this time of year just kind of gradually declining as you go through mid-October. Here's San Jose. Check it out. Nice and warm, up towards 95 degrees Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then you'll see the crash back down towards normal here. So yeah, almost 20 degrees above average here for some places. Tropical storm Lydia out here, no longer forecast to become a hurricane, but it still should be a tropical storm. That's not really the threat to California or Arizona or Nevada. It's just the remnant moisture kind of moving back over there. So this doesn't matter too much, but you can see the forecast not moving too much over the next few days. Now let's take a look at that here on the GFS. Last night's run, you can see that precipitable water that is Lydia down here. You can see it spinning. GFS, it may be able to reach borderline hurricane status, who knows, but you can see it moving off to the west here, and then it starts to move back towards the coastline, and it's not showing much progress up here towards the southwest USA, so we're not too worried about it right now. We'll just kind of keep it in a rearview mirror and watch it here over the next few days, because you never know. Sometimes these things can surprise and move some moisture back up over the region, but right now it doesn't look like that's much of a possibility. The end of the run here, you can kind of see a little of that spreading northward up across Baja there, but we're not going to worry about it too much, but we will keep an eye on it. Here's yesterday afternoon's European. There's Lydia there. You can see it spin off to the west. Pretty good model agreement with the GFS. Gets thrown back towards Baja there, but then it does another loop there at the end, and you can see it brings some precipitable water up across Baja and towards Arizona here a little bit, but this is way off into the extended. We have plenty of time to watch this, and we'll try to get some model agreement on just what the remnants of Lydia are going to do here across some of the southwest USA. Just something to watch here for the next few days. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. You can clearly see the above average signal across much of the Rockies and central portions of the country here, but we're returning to normal here. It looks like with the storm track returning, and we're going to drop the temperatures back down a bit here as we go through October 13th. The 6 to 10 day, you can clearly see the storm track returning to the Pacific Northwest, and again, this could include Northern California. We're going to start checking out these precipitation amounts tomorrow, and we're going to try to get some model agreement before we start promising anything here across the area, but you can see it might even include the Bay Area here as we go through October 13th, 8 to 14 day, a little bit of a signal for above average conditions here through mid-October, October 17th to be exact. And this is the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, actually a below average signal here across some of the southwest. Now looking at the European yesterday afternoon's run versus the GFS. Put it in motion. Good agreement as per usual in the short term with the ridge kind of moving across the Pacific Northwest and much of the West Coast, and then that troughing returns in the storm track that could impact Northern California. You can see the ridging hangs on longer on the GFS as of yesterday afternoon versus the European. European quicker to bring that system into the Pacific Northwest here, and that would bring more impactful weather here to portions of northern and maybe extreme central California there, but you can see then the GFS swings that through, and we got some additional troughing continuing. As you can see, the European a little bit more progressive with these systems here as we go on in through the 10-day time frame. So something interesting we'll be watching here. This one would be more impactful across central and northern California. So we'll see how that ends up playing out, and we'll watch this model run trends over the next few days. But anyway, yeah, and just a reminder, of course, I have the second channel out now, California Weather Watch. I'll be posting those videos there, and I'll post them both on the Pacific Northwest weather page here for the next few weeks, just to get everybody up to date so nobody's left out in the cold and you guys know where these videos are going. But I'm going to cut it off here eventually, and then all the California videos will be on that page here. It's done by the same account. Nothing's going to change with the daily briefings. I'll still do the Pacific Northwest and the Southwest USA briefings, the California weather briefings as per normal. Nothing changes there. I'm just dividing them up into separate channels. I'll try to put educational videos onto each individual page as well, just so you can access them easily no matter what page you're looking at. So anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. Enjoy that warm weather out there, and we'll keep watching to see what's coming in the future, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.